you to another segment of our Dear Program, Your Dear Program, Meet Your Aspirant. A program whereby we bring to you different people vying for the post of chairmanship from different wards across the Kwara State. And today, as we normally do, we bring to you another aspirant, a visitor here is with us in the studio. So before I go, let me introduce myself first. I know people will be saying out there that this is a new phase entirely. Yes, there's a new phase, but as time goes, you get to know more about me. I am Rukoya Shitu. And as we normally do, we have to introduce our guest. He will do that by himself, not me. So, Alejoa, ẹ kú kalẹ̀ sí orí ètò ní ọ̀sán yìí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sà, ẹ máa bá wa sọ fún àwọn ará ilé ní ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ nípa yín àti bí ẹ ṣe jẹ́. Ní ṣókí àti lẹ́lẹ́kúnrẹ́rẹ́ ni a fẹ́ kó jẹ́. Ẹ ṣeun sà.
Ẹ ṣeun gan. Mo kí gbogbo ará ilé, mo kí gbogbo ará Kwara àti ọmọ Kwara ní tilé tòkó. Orúkọ tèmi ni Abdul Majeed AbdulFatai Arikewuyo. Mo jẹ́ ọmọ bíbí Ilorin. Wọ́n bí mi sí Jos, which is Plateau State. Mo dàgbà ní Maiduguri. So kí a tó di pé a padà wá sí ilé tí ó jẹ́ Ìlọrin. So mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ ibi ilé Haúsá ni mo ti parí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ àkọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀. So ìgbà tá dé sí Ìlọrin ni mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ secondary school. Mo parí ní Alore government day secondary school Alore. So mo gbàbẹ̀ lọ sí iléèwé gíga Kwara State Polytechnic. Mo ṣe national diploma ní ND, which is public administration. So mo á padà sí Kwara State Polytechnic, mo lọ sí HND, which is in public administration as well. So currently mo ń ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú National Social Investment Program as an independent monitor. So mo tún tẹ̀síwájú níbi ẹ̀kọ́. Mo ń kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ lọ́wọ́ ní Arikewuyo University. Mo ń kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ mass communication. So mo rò bóyá.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Thank you very much for that short introduction about yourself. And I am glad about that. Sir, you need to tell us, are you an aspirant? I am asking you, are you an aspirant and what party are you coming from and what party are you standing for in this coming chairmanship election?
Currently, I am running for the councillorship in Badari ward, Ilorin West local government, under the platform of PDP, People's Democratic Party. That is the party I belong.
Under the party of People's Democratic Party, Badari ward in Ilorin West local government. So before we move further, I would love you to introduce yourself again in English so that people at home will comprehend you and understand you more. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Good afternoon, viewers. Good afternoon, Kwaras and Nigerians. My name is Abdul Majeed AbdulFatai Arikewuyo. I was born in Jos, Plateau State, in the late 80s. I spent my formative years in Borno State, which is Maiduguri. I came back home together with my parents to Ilorin in the early 2000. So I finished my secondary studies in Alore, government secondary school Alore. I proceeded to the Kwara State Polytechnic to study public administration. Currently I have public administration, HND in public administration. And I'm also a student of mass communication at Arikewuyo University. I am currently working with the National Social Investment Program as an independent monitor in Kwara. I am running for I'm an aspirant for the office of the Councilorship under the platform of PDP from Badari Ward, Ilorin West Local Government.
Thank you very much for that once again. As we all know, for now, you are still an aspirant.
Exactly.
And there are other aspirants in your party,
yes,
that you are vying for this post you are going for.
Exactly.
What gives you that, that belief that you are going to be the party flag bearer for your for this next election of this chairmanship?
Thank you very much. Personally, I believe not only in myself, I believe in the people of Badari Ward, especially the people of, the PDP members, the stakeholders that are in Badari Ward as progressive-minded people. There is an adage, or there is a saying that it takes an original eyes to be able to identify an original person. Àwọn Yorùbá, ọ̀rọ̀ kan ó ní báwọn èèyàn ṣe máa ń sọ bí ọ̀rọ̀ pé èèyàn gidi àbí ojú gidi ló lè dá èèyàn gidi mọ̀ tó bá ti rí. So the people of Badari Ward are progressive-minded people, especially the PDP members. They are people who loves the progress not only of Badari but Kwara State in general. So PDP is a party that embodied progressive-minded people, as I have said earlier on. They know my precedents. They know what I have done in the past. They know how I have been participating in the community development of my place. They know how much I love. They know how I envisage the progress of my community. So at this point in time, they want to put me forward because they believe for now I am the only candidate that will give them the needed results when it comes to the, when you are vying for a post, you make promises.
Yeah.
So it is one thing to make promises, and it is another thing to fulfill those promises.
Yes.
So they believe I have the capacity, the capability to deliver. My precedence, my achievements in the past, the little opportunity I've got in the past, I've been able to prove that if given another opportunity to serve, I will do better. Exactly.
And ṣé púpọ̀ sá fún ti yẹ sọ́tàn yìí. Ẹ ti dárúkọ ní ó ti láwọn pa kan tẹ́ ẹ ti kó sẹ́yìn ní wọ́ọ̀dù yín, ìyẹn Badari ward. Àwọn mi pé kí ẹ sọ mélòó kan nínú àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ ti ṣe tẹ́ ẹ lè tọ́ka sí pé èmi mo ṣe tí wọ́n fi wá sọ pé ọmọ wa iṣẹ́ òun náà ni a fà kalẹ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sá, ẹ bá a sọ nípa ẹ̀ sá.
Ẹ ṣeun gan atọ́kùn. Badari ward jẹ́ lára àwọn wọ́ọ̀dù tí àlejò pọ̀ sí. Nǹkan tí mo mean pọ̀ sí. Nǹkan tí mo mean ni pé àwọn tí Badari ward lè fi wé Alánàmú àbí Ajíkòbí. Àwọn tó wá gbogbo wa náà lálejò ayé, but àwọn èèyàn kan wá láti ibì kan tí wọ́n ń rí ìlọsíwájú, tí wọ́n settle síbì kan, tí wọ́n sì ṣoríire ń bẹ̀. So bí àwọn òbí tèmi náà ṣe kó nílọrin tí wọ́n lọ sílẹ̀ Haúsá tí wọ́n sì kórìíre wálé. So nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ fà ń bẹ̀ ni pé níbẹ̀ mo jẹ́ èèyàn kan tó jẹ́ pé ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ àlàáfíà. so lára ìlọsíwájú nǹkan tó máa kọ́kọ́ mú lọsíwájú ni wá sí àwùjọ kan lọ so wípé nǹkan náà ni wá ìyẹn ló máa mú ìlọsíwájú wá nígbà tí gbogbo wa bá fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ bí tá bá ríra bí ẹyọ kan. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ni pé ní àdúgbò tí mo ń gbé tí ó jágbọ́ba gbogbo a ní àwọn àgbẹ̀níjà kọ̀ọ̀kan oríṣi ìjọba nìkan ló máa ṣe gbogbo fún wa. So ní àdúgbò tí mo ń gbé tí ó jẹ́ Ọláolú Street mo try láti rí pé àwọn nǹkan kan bí ọ̀nà tí kò dáa mo kó àwọn èèyàn jọ a gbìyànjú àwọn èèyàn participate ọ̀nà yẹn dá ó di nǹkan nígbà tí mo sọ yìí ní mọ́tò so gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n rí wọ́n pé ẹni tí ò ní mọ́tò tó wá rí pé kí gbogbo kígbe ayé gbádùn kó lè bá rọrùn so mo ṣe yẹn. Then tí ọ̀rọ̀ iná bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ mo wà lára àwọn tó máa ń kọ́ dìde pé a gbọ́dọ̀ wà lókun àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ àwọn tí wọ́n ń fi iná ṣiṣẹ́ wọ́n nídìí wọ́n a gbọ́dọ̀ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ká rí pé wọ́n rí iná lò déédéé. So then àwọn ọ̀dọ́ mo rí pẹ̀lú opportunity tí mo ti ní sẹ́yìn mo ti lò fún àwọn ọ̀dọ́ láti fi gbàgbọ́nú ara wọn wípé ayé tí wọ́n wà yìí wọ́n wá wúlò fúnra wọn àti àwùjọ yìí. So mo dẹ̀ ní àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n ti lò tí Ọlọ́run ti lò mí fún tí wọ́n ti kúrò níbi ìwà tí ò dáa táwọn èèyàn máa ń pè ní adult ètò bá ti di adult so ó láwọn ages ó láwọn attitude kan tí wọ́n máa wù ó láwọn wà kan tí wọ́n máa wù tí wọ́n bá ti dé bí ọ̀dọ́ so ẹ mọ̀ èṣù ó mọ ní mọ̀ bọ̀ ọ̀nà tí Ọlọ́run náà máa ní mọ̀ bọ̀ so àwọn ọmọ yẹn wá nídìí ẹni tó máa gáàjù wọn gbà yẹn so mo wà lára àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe yẹn àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Mo dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ fún ìsìtì ẹ fún mi lórí ìbéèrè mi. And now the next thing I'm going to ask you is do you have any political value or strength or in yourself, or are you depending on your party that they are going to be the ones to tell me that you are going to do this, you are going
I understand.
Because I would like you to discuss more about that, sir.
Thank you very much. That question is like you have pinched me.
Really?
Exactly. It's like you want to charge me. I was the president of public administration in 2015. For those that in my department,
during your ND?
During my higher national diploma. So I was the president. I wanted to become the SCG president, but zoning was not on my side.
Oh.
But fortunately, I emerged as the president. So I made some impacts. It is not all about how big the opportunity is how you have been able to make good use of that particular opportunity given to you to serve. So I make sure that welfare of the students was paramount to me. Every student, I had an office and I'm always available after lectures. I make sure I go extra mile to make sure your problem with the management is solved. So I have built myself to be able to be just, to be able to pick equity, to be over iniquity. So I've been able to build myself. My conviction about life is to make sure you do what is just, what is right. So back to your question, my party is a party that believes in equity, that believes in capacity of especially young people. So my party has a role to play. I also have my own role to play. You cannot be ugly and wear a beautiful clothes. You will be identified as an ugly person.
Sure.
But it is because you are wearing that clothes, people say, but I am coming under a very good platform, party that has good precedence. So PDP has its challenges, likewise human being, or likewise societies. So likewise other parties too. But in all sense, I can use my hand to beat my chest that PDP is the best party because of its past antecedents. So likewise myself, the positions I've held in the past shows that I am somebody who believes in justice. So I'm an egalitarian person. So I will make sure I create environments that encourage egalitarian activities. So my party is a progressive party. I'm also a progressive-minded person. So though we may have our challenges, like I've said earlier on, like other individuals or other parties. So as I'm currently speaking with you, people have seen, they have realized, especially in Kwara, with the past election, they have asked PDP to rest, that another party should try. But later, with how things are going on, people have begun to understand that it is better. So now, you don't claim to come from a good party and not be a good person. The current political office holders in Kwara are enjoying their products of circumstances. So now people have identified them. They have known the kind of person they are as retrogressive people. Nothing good is actually coming out from them, except taking us back to the old days, or to the back. They are bringing us, they are taking us backward instead of building on the progressive foundations of the PDP. So now, the PDP have their own role to play to ensure that we have a better society in producing a candidate that will go in line with the manifesto, with the promises of the parties, not the kind of the current administration that says, I want to know so you ready do, I want to support my second come. It means so there should be a kind of unity of purpose between the candidate and the party. So personally, in my environment, people believe in my capacity. It is all about capacity to deliver. You don't just talk based on rhetorics. You don't just say, I will do this, I will do that, without having a good precedence. So people are now wiser. People now understand that it is not even about party sometimes. It is about the individual. So, but personally, individually, and my party, we are good to go because we have unity of purpose.
Thank you very much for that, sir. You said something earlier now that instead of maybe the incumbent, those that are in power now, instead of them to build on what
the successes of the past administration.
Yes. But instead of them doing that, they are doing something else. Exactly. Are you telling me that since their inception to the power here in Kwara State, are you telling me that they haven't done anything like tangible enough to say no, they really tried here? Or are you telling me that your party did not have any downfalls or any challenges or anything they have done wrong in the past administration?
You see, the issue is very simple. Okay. It is visible to the blind that this particular government is running on what people call where benefits.
Where benefits.
When you wake up, if you don't have a clear-cut agenda, that will propel you to reach your goal. You must, even as a human being, you must have your vision. But the present administration do not have a clear-cut goal to achieve. They are just they just benefited from the most majority of them benefited. They just believe that the glory or the victory is by their doing.
Okay.
So when they now got there, people now realize that no, these people are not capable to be in this position. If you want to run a if you are running for a political position, you must have a template. This particular government do not have a template. You are a young person living in this state. Can you please point at a plan that this government has in place or that have put in place for young people? Can you please point at any progressive step that has been taken by this by this present government? Renovation of few schools is not a way to measure the progress of an administration. The past administration constructs schools, but present administration started picking few schools, renovating them with money, without proper. There has never been an executive meeting where it is decided. So the governor is running a one-man show. It's the issue of the local government will tell you more about what I'm saying. The local government has been suspended. The local government chairman or the political office holders of the local government have been suspended on an allegation of corrupt charges. Up till now, nothing good has come out of that. So the governor has been the alpha and omega. He has been running a one-man show, which is not good for the progress of the state.
I really appreciate that. Just gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ṣe ń lọ fún gẹ́gẹ́ bí aspirant fún Badari ward pé chairman ẹ fẹ́ jẹ chairman ní Badari councillor ní Badari ward.
Fún ìdàgbàsókè ọ̀dọ́, gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ pé councillor tó bá ti di councillor ó máa lọ sí local government. Ó ń serve as a link between his people, his ward àti local government ni. Òun ló máa lọ sọ fún wọn pé nǹkan bá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ wá bá mi ṣe kíní fáwọn èèyàn mi. Ibi tí àwọn èèyàn mi ti nídìí ìrànlọ́wọ́ council rẹ o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ dákun ẹ wá bá mi ṣe. So ní 21st century tí a wà yìí, iṣẹ́ councillor mo nígbà gbogbo yẹ kó ti jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Tí a bá fẹ́ serve gbogbo capacity tí ó bá lè wù kó jẹ́, a gbọ́dọ̀ rí pé àwa náà bí ìgbà ṣe ń lọ ni kí a mọ mú àwọn nǹkan tí ó máa gbàgbà mu wá sí ibẹ̀. Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ nǹkan tí mo kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ ṣe ni pé yàtọ̀ sí pé à ń lọ ṣe aṣojú wọ́ọ̀dù wa ní council, mo fẹ́ ṣe ìgbìyànjú bí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ṣe ní bí wọ́n ṣe ní ìmọ̀ nípa ICT, nípa ẹ̀rọ ìgbàlódé. So nísìn báyìí bẹ́ẹ̀ àti ní ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, kò sí bọ́mọ ṣe wà láyé yìí tó bá fẹ́ gbàgbà mu, tó bá fẹ́ gbá àwọn ẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀ jọ wà dọ́gba, ó gbọ́dọ̀ ní ìmọ̀ tó péye nípa ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ ìgbàlódé, ẹ̀rọ ayélujára. So internet àti ICT, information communication technology, so ó gbọ́dọ̀ níyẹn. So mo rí pé àwọn òbí ò fi bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ kọ̀bí ara sí torí pé òun gangan ni ọjọ́ ọ̀la. So ẹ rí pé nígbà tá a wà níléèwé gan, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn tí a jọ parí nígbà tó jáde níléèwé ló torí pé àkíní ìṣe kókó tóun bá fẹ́ bá gbà mú lọ ẹsẹ̀ tó wá lọ kọ́. So ní ìgbà sẹ́yìn mo ti kópa níbi bó ṣe ń gro igun sáwọn ọmọ lápá níbi ICT tí wọ́n fi mọ báwo ni táwọn bá jáde kò í ṣe dandan ni káwọn wáṣẹ́ just event online tí àwọn wò yìí mi mọ ibi tí mo ti mọ̀ wọ́n ibi ayélujára ni mo ti mọ̀ wọ́n ní ọjọ́ tó ti pẹ́ tí wọ́n ti ń gbìyànjú so bí mo ṣe ń gbé yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí employer of labour ni wọ́n so tí ò bá sí tó bá gbé wọn ò lo ICT yìí dáadáa tó bá gbé wọn ò lo ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ ayélujára dáadáa wọn ò ní máa gbà yín ṣiṣẹ́ so mo fẹ́ gbìyànjú yàtọ̀ sí pé mo lọ jókòó sí council àbí mo kókó tí mo bá wọlé mo á kókó níbi tí mo gbé no màá rí pé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wà carried along especially àwọn ọmọ kéèké because that's where my passion lies that is what I love doing the most so alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ nìyẹn ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ni pé gẹ́gẹ́ bí òṣìṣẹ́ National Social Investment Program ní under program yẹn a ní school feeding program a ní empower a ní conditional cash transfer ní èyí tí wọ́n ń fún àwọn obìnrin tó jẹ́ opó àti àwọn àgbàlagbà ní owó ní oṣooṣù so pẹ̀lú connection àti exposure mi níbẹ̀ yẹn màá ṣe tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ìyá plan mi fáwọn àgbàlagbà nìyẹn àwọn ìyá àgbàlagbà tí wọ́n ń wá owó kéréje tí wọ́n fi ṣòwò àbí tí wọ́n ń wá ọ̀nà tí wọ́n fi rí owó tí wọ́n fi bẹ̀ táwọn náà fi jẹun tí wọ́n sọ̀wọ́ tí wọ́n fi máa tí ayé wọn fi máa dà so màá lo connection yẹn màá fi mú wá fún wọn àǹfààní yẹn wá fún wọn táwọn náà tí ó fi rọrùn fún wọn ní gbígbé so then ẹlẹ́kẹ̀ẹ́ta ni ọ̀rọ̀ nípa agbóba ni mò ń gbé agbóba sì wà ní ara Badari ward zone mẹ́rin la ní a ní agbóba zone a ní ọjàyà zone a ní ìtàmọ́dù àti òkè bàdà so for example lágbóba nísìn agbóba súnmọ́jà tuntun tó ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ó ní nǹkan táwọn ìbò ń pè ní corporate social responsibilities that means pé ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń ṣòwò ń bì kan àǹfààní wo ni àwọn tí ẹ̀ ń wà ládùúgbò wọn ń jẹ lára yín so a dẹ̀ ṣe asúnmọ́ ọjà tuntun ẹgbẹ́ ọjà tuntun láwà so báwo ni àwọn èèyàn báwo ni mo ṣe fẹ́ lo omi àmì báwo ni mo ṣe fẹ́ lo opportunity tó bá fún mi tí n fi mú community a ní community committee in place so màá tẹ̀ láì iṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú wọn láti rí pé mo connect àwọn àti àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe business ní tí wọ́n wá ń kọ́ warehouses sínú agbóba kò tí yé sí báwo ni wọ́n ṣe máa ṣàǹfààní fún àwọn èèyàn wọn because bí wọ́n bá ṣe ń ṣàǹfààní fún agbègbè wọn tí wọ́n ti ń rówó bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ọjà tí wọ́n náà sì máa máa.
tẹ́yìn náà bá wúlò fún wọn àwọn náà wọ́n lè wúlò fún yín àwọn ọ̀nà owó lẹ́rọ pé ẹ tún lè fi wúlò fún wọn dáadáa tí ó wà lọ́ọ̀ máa jọ pé àánú wọn ní ká ṣe kínní we must do it because they are there for us to.
ní tí ó ní issue security torí àwùjọ tẹ́yìn bá ń gbé tí ò bá ti fi hàn lọ́kàn balẹ̀ èrò ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ajé ò lè lọ kò lè rọgbọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ kò lè ṣe dáadáa so community ń gbìyànjú nípa bí wọ́n ṣe ń tí ẹ bá train àwọn ọmọ dáadáa làwọn ọmọ òfin ní wàkúwà débi tó yóò máa affect àwọn tí wọ́n ní businesses lára nìyẹn so níbi area yẹn a gbìyànjú débi pé kò sí issue pé èèyàn kọ́ wíwá so wọ́n wá lọ jà àbí wọ́n wá lọ jí ọjà kó àbí wọ́n wá lọ bàbẹ̀ jẹ́ lè rí lágbóba ó sì máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láwọn àwùjọ míì so àwọn business owners tí mò ń sọ yìí gan àwọn gan ready tó bá rí reliable link láàrin àwọn àti community láti support àwọn gan ni wọ́n ń wà so tí mo bá match so tó bá wọ́n ti rí pé ẹni yìí pẹ̀lú presidency àti antecedence ó dàbí pé èèyàn tí ó wà reliable ni so tí a bá link àwọn méjèèjì papọ̀ yóò rọrùn àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n bá bí àtàwọn ìdá ti bí àtàwọn èèyàn tí ọwọ́ wọn ò tó ẹnu wọn opportunity wọn wà ń bẹ fún wọn táwọn náà fi mọ gbé ayé ìgbádùn àti ìlọsíwájú.
ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ àlejò wa As we all know now, that qualities nowadays, the look that we all have for it is somewhere where you are getting to, and you have to like to get something like a cake to everybody.
To have
like,
your own share.
I want to embezzle
Exactly.
too. No. If you have some people now, when you get there, when you have the opportunity to be so for it, only maybe one day. Really, to buy the opportunity, allowing law go weekend, allowing law shaking, because that mentality is in most of us.
Exactly.
And I would want you to say more about it. When you get there, sir, are you going to do the same, or you have your own aims apart from doing that, sir?
You see, you remember that I kept talking about antecedents, the precedents, what I've been able to do that I can point out for people to rely on my capacity and capability. There was a time, we are several times where people had to contribute money to a particular cause in my environment. People are always believe that they will see the positive outcome of that particular cause. For example, there is a road that links Olaolu Guest House, Olaolu to Surulere. So I came up with an idea that place had to be, we need to do something because that place is not motorable. So people contributed, and at the end of the day, people were so happy that you people have done well, despite the fact that that I championed the cause, did not have a car. So the money they contributed, we are spent judiciously, and it gave us the results. So another, my capacity to better the lives of other people, that will make my name to be written in the hearts of people and in the sand of time. People will remember it for good. Not because people will not remember it for the money you have collected or you have earned or you have embezzled. People will be remembered for your impact. The impact will speak for you. So it is not news that young people are now have a corrupted mind or mindset to embezzle. But personally, I have championed so many causes that discourages that. I have been part of struggles that speak ill against that. I know the consequences of being given an opportunity and bastardizing the opportunity. I know the consequences. Tí èèyàn bá gbébọn tó bá lọ rob tó gbowó àwọn èèyàn méjì or tó pa èèyàn méjì, àwọn èèyàn nìkan náà ni àtàwọn family wọn nìkan ni wọ́n máa ní pains yẹn. But opportunity tó fún àti serve tó bá rọra take a decision wrongly, you have not only affected the people that are alive, you have probably affected people, the unborn children. So you have to be very careful in your ambition. I mean, in your mind, with your mindset. You don't just say, if I don't vie for a political position, I will be a successful person. I have been part of a business that was successful. So I can easily go there and continue with my businesses and not minding how my community will develop.
Okay.
But now, I just want to offer myself to the service of my community. I believe in my capacity that I will make sure I change the narratives. We have to change the narratives. We don't just do things the same way and expect the same outcome. No. I mean different outcome. We can't continue to do the same thing and expect different results. So we have to change the narrative. It is not all about talking. It is about making impact, no matter how little the opportunity you have.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, viewers at home. Really, since morning now, we've been discussing with our aspirants from the Badari ward of Ilorin West local government area in Kwara State. Yeah. He has been saying one or two things, his agendas, what he's going to do, his political values, the strength he's having about what he is vying for. Sir, you've said much, your strength, your weakness. What's, in one way or the other, considering your profession, that you won't have challenges that you will face. What do you think? What are those challenges that you think you would face when you get there, or you might face when you get there? Please help us to talk on that, sir.
The Nigerian way of life. First of all, challenges is part of progress. There is no way you want to make a progress without facing challenges. Councillorship, councillor is a political position that has a limited opportunity, very limited. But with the way, I said it earlier on, that we need to change the narrative. The approach to those challenges, the first challenges is, especially, every environment has its own peculiarities. It on desk to achieve progress, and if you do not manage crisis, you don't know how to manage crisis, you won't achieve. So your ability to manage crisis stands you out. So I believe as a liberal person, as somebody who has traveled to almost every region of this country, I believe I have big heart to accommodate people, and I can use that opportunity to transfer the spirit to the people, so that we will have a progressive society.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
You actually mentioned one thing now, that the issue of discrimination, whereby them saying you are not part of us, yes, and you are part of this. Yes. Is that the only challenges that you think it will be a problem to you when you get there? Is that the only?
That is the beginning of the problems we are facing in this country. This country is not progressing because of sectionalism, tribal differences, religious differences. As a student of history, I believe in the ability of one. If you cannot say you want to bring unity amongst people without being a just person. You first of all make sure the environment is conducive for progress. The developed countries are now doing well because they are able to manage those things. If you are able to manage all those things I've mentioned, you'll be able to achieve more, because there won't be any sentiments. There will not be room for people to come and be trying to undermine your efforts because they believe you are not from them. But when everybody is together, everybody will put their ideas together, then the society will grow. There is no way you don't have unity of purpose and you expect the community to go forward. It's not possible. So personally, with the kind of environment I am coming from, if you can manage that particular challenge, you'll be able to achieve more. That is what I can say for now.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that answer. Àlejò wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ti mọ̀, àwọn àdúgbò kọ̀ọ̀kan wà tẹ́ gbé ọ̀rọ̀ omi máa jẹ wọ́n níyà púpọ̀. Kódà iná ojì máa ń jẹ wọ́n níyà púpọ̀. Ìjẹ́ ní wọ́ọ̀dù tẹ̀tí wà hàn, bóyá ẹ ní nǹkan kan tẹ́ lè ṣe tí àwọn àdúgbò kọ̀ọ̀kan yẹn tí wọ́n fi balance ní area yẹn tán pé alhamdulillah àwọn omi ti wá dáa, kódà iná ìjọba àdúpẹ́.
Tẹ́ bá wo gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé àdúgbò kankan pẹ̀lú problem wọn ní Badari as a whole mi rí Badari ní mi kò lérò kò sí kò ṣe pé bóyá a ní ìpèníjà nípa ọ̀rọ̀ omi ṣùgbọ́n gẹ́gẹ́ bí ipò councillor o gbọ́dọ̀ sọ kan tágbà tó lè ṣe the partnership pẹ̀lú private àtàwọn NGOs bọ́n sì bá train wọn tí wọ́n fi ní ìmọ̀ nípa ICT àti bí wọ́n ṣe ní ìmọ̀ nípa bí wọ́n ṣe lè contribute sí ìlọsíwájú society so a lò nísìnyí tí Just Event bá gbé nǹkan pé àdúgbò Just Event ní record pé wọ́n àwọn èèyàn wá sunkún bá wọn wọ́n sì gbé ariwo yẹn síta àwọn ìjọba sì rù sí nǹkan sí kò tí yẹn sí o so èmi mọ Just Event mo mọ àwọn platform mo mọ àwọn media outlet mi tí mo lè pariwo sí gbígbé ẹ dákun ẹ gbà wá o lára àwọn uniqueness lára àwọn nǹkan tí mo lè tágbára mi kà tí mo lè ṣe dáadáa nìyẹn tó wà káwọ́ tí ó sì gbé wà fún mi jẹ councillor màá wá lọ jókòó síbi kan àbí màá lọ rẹ ẹ lọ báyìí ìmọ̀ yẹn bẹ̀ ni ìmọ̀ kan tí màá sọ bẹ̀ lóhùn kò sí ìyẹn fún mi tí a bá pariwo lọ́nà tó tọ́ tí ìjọba bá gbọ́ ìjọba ó bá wa ṣe so ọ̀rọ̀ omi ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀nà nǹkan tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ tí ìjọba state lágbára ni for now ẹ rí i pé general Nigeria wọ́n ti bastardize wọ́n ti gbà wọ́n agbára akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lọ council lẹ́yìn kí council kan sọ òṣìṣẹ́ council lásán ẹ sọ kẹ́tí council ṣe fún mi nísì ọ̀nà state ló ń ṣe omi state ló ń ṣe iná federal government àti state ló ń ṣe kò tí yẹn sìn bọ̀ iṣẹ́ tí councillor ṣe ni pé etí ìjọba gbọ́dọ̀ di lórí ìpèníjà tí àwùjọ yẹn bá ní tóra wà lásùmọ̀ aráàlú jù yányán àwa gangan ni àwọn èèyàn rọrùn wá bá so nídìí èyí mo nígbàgbọ́ pé pẹ̀lú opportunity tí mo ní yẹn tí wọ́n bá fún mi ní opportunity àti serve wọn ìyẹn ń ṣe nǹkan tí agbára mi ò ká so nǹkan tí mo lè ṣe ni because nǹkan tí mo ti ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀.
ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ fún ọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹ bá wa sọ ní ìsìn ẹ ṣé sir as you are seeing yourself as a channel a medium whereby people will use like a stepping stone to the government what are those advice that you have for your people at home that when you get you are really that person that fits that position and what are your advice for the current administration right now in Kwara State, sir?
Thank you very much. For my people from Badari ward, as I have told you, that they are good people and they are people with progressive mindsets. So they know the person that have their genuine interests. They know that even without opportunity or without big opportunity of youth in nation building or in societal building. So if youth are not being taken care of, we are going to have the same results. So nothing new from this government has come out that speaks about how they want to tackle all these things. So I believe they should come out as urgently as possible to show to young people that they have something good for them.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
We've been hosting an aspirant from Badari ward, Ilorin West LGA government since morning here, and he has been talking on one or two things that he would offer his people when he gets to the post. And we've come to the end of the program for today. We're about to draw the curtain for the program. We will be having another segment of this program next week again, same station, same time. I remain Bukoya Shitu. Thank you for watching.